Great moments in Nick at Night History. June 8, 1987, a severe shortage of string leads Nick at Night to hold a 2-week pledge drive with guest stars Burt Ward and TV weatherman Lloyd Lindsay Young, asking our viewers to contribute to our giant ball of string.
Hello, I'm Burt Ward. As Robin the Boy Wonder, I've spent my life ridding the world of heinous villains in color-coordinated costumes so that you could sleep safe in your beds at night. But now I need your help. Nick at Night is out of string. Without string, Tramp is out making a mess in other people's property. And Mr. Ed's mouth is hanging down limp and motionless. That's where you come in. Only your donation of string can keep Nick at Night on the air. Here's a short film to show how your string donations are used.
Your string donation is carefully sorted by size and color at Nick at Night String Measurement Center. Here, string is tested for durability, flexibility, and endurance. Once it passes these rigorous testing procedures, our crack installation team overcomes every obstacle to deliver good TV to every home that watches Nick at Night.
The first and last String-A-Thon ever. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night History. August 24th, 1987. The classic TV network is the first to bring national TV coverage to mini golf.
I'm Greg Gumbel. Let's go to Historic Golf and Stuff for an update from Keith Olbermann. Keith?
Greg, as you can see, Ken Osmond, better known as Edward Eddie Haskell, has just knocked a sweet 5-footer here on 11, the Mini Alamo, to pick up a birdie 2 and a share of the lead. It wasn't that easy earlier today when Ken, in what can only be described as a vintage Eddie Haskell performance, weaseled his way to a disastrous triple bogey on 3, the Jungle Hut.
Getting better. Something wrong with the hole.
And while Eddie Haskell is famous for saying nothing's a dirty trick if it's funny enough, there was nothing funny about this final shot.
Oh, wow.
As Wally Cleaver once remarked, you find a fink like Eddie Haskell once every couple of 100 years. For the sake of this sport, let's hope so.
The Mini Golf Classic. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night History. November 1988. With a special evening of programming, Nick at Night pays tribute to the unappreciated co-star of The Patty Duke Show.
She was the most gifted actress of her generation. Whether reading the newspaper, playing Partridges, or standing completely still, the back of Patty Duke's head had a way of touching all of us. Then suddenly she disappeared. Now, after 20 years, the back of Patty Duke's head is back. And Nick at Night's got her in an exclusive interview featuring her greatest episodes. We now go to entertainment reporter Nadine Sweeney.
Let's go back to 1967. You had an Emmy, a lucrative contract with Head & Shoulders, and finally your own show. What happened?
Remember the Titanic? Same thing, only worse. I don't know. Maybe my show was just a little too ahead of its time.
When her back is to the wall, she'll have a fall, it's true. All around this big old town, she'll turn her back on you. She's back in the saddle, back in your life, and giving the big city a go. It's the back of the Patty Duke's Head Show.
America meets the back of Patty Duke's head. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night History. August 9th, 1989, the launch of Nick at Night's public service campaign, How to Be Swell. An instructional series helping you, the viewer, experience better living through television. An array of topics are covered, such as when bacon catches fire, avoiding unwanted relatives, fear of cheese, and Weenies, born of capitalism.
I'm happy. Happy over Weenies.
How to Be Swell. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night History. May 7th to May 13th, 1990. The Donna-Thon. 7 days that tidied the world. Nick at Night's week-long marathon of Donna Reed shows sets off house cleaning nationwide. And in Chicago, scores of Donna Reeds run an actual marathon. the Donna-Thon. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night history. August 9th, 1990. For the very first time, Nick at Night delivers Milkman to America's doorstep.
I like to drink it cold.
Yes, sent forth on a quest from TV land, Milkman brings truth and justice in his hand by delivering milk and hope to a world gone sour.
It's Milkman! Hey! We're not paying for that!
Be good to your fellow man. That's all the payment I ask.
Always there when you need him most.
That prom dance is over. But you two go out and have a good time tonight. On me. Gosh! Thanks, Milkman!
A hero for the TV generation.
It's Milkman!
Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night history. November 1990. A week-long marathon of terror and suspense from Alfred Hitchcock Presents challenges our viewers to win a prize by guessing the total number of corpses. Nick at Night's Dead Giveaway with host Wink Martindale.
I really like that episode, but who cares? What's important is how many people croaked. Nixie?
That's fun, Wink.
You know, one easy way to think about this dead giveaway is to imagine that our Hitchcock Marathon is a jelly bean jar, but instead of jelly beans, it's full of cadavers. Now, you just got to guess how many.
The winning answer was 148 cadavers. During the Dead Giveaway contest, another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night history. July 17, 1991. To celebrate Get Smart's arrival on the home of classic TV, we gathered 99 99s in New York City's Times Square, wearing mod outfits recreated by noted fashion designer Betsy Johnson. 99 99s, another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night history. December 31st, 1993, the 5th annual Classic TV Countdown brings about an historic meeting.
Nick at Night, 1993, Classic TV Countdown.
There were two actors who played the role of Chris Partridge. A dark-haired young fella named Jeremy Gelbwax for the first season, and blonde-haired Brian Forster after that. But when Nick at Night tracked them down, it turned out the two actors had never met before. Jeremy Gelbwax, I'd like you to meet Brian Forster. Brian, Jeremy.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
All right, Brian. How are you?
Thank you. Great.
The two Chris Partridges meet. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night history. June 6th, 1994, Nick at Night resolves the age-old debate that has divided the TV generation for decades, giving you, the viewers, a chance to decide whose powers are greater, Jeannie or Samantha. An overwhelming 1.4 million votes are cast, and collecting 58% of the votes, the winner was Samantha.
All right, let's not overdo it.
Spoken like a true winner, Jeannie versus Samantha. Another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night. Great moments in Nick at Night history. November 2nd, 1994. The launch of Taxi sends Nick at Night into the streets of Manhattan to show our appreciation to taxi drivers with gifts and big tips. Meanwhile, the Nick at Night Taxi Drivers Chorus regale their fellow cabbies with song.
We'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
Taxi Appreciation Week, another first from America's first classic TV network, Nick at Night.